Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we'll be tying the red Arsed Campo buzzer. So I know it's only a minor variation of another pattern that I've already tied, but sometimes the addition of a hotspot or a highlight in any fly can make it stand out from the crowd, especially when lots of buzzers are hatching off. So there's one in the vise, and if we just discuss the tying materials, so hook sizes 10s and 12s, tying silk is black 6/0, the butt is glow bright number 4, the quill, which is acting effectively as a rib, is golden olive, the Goose biots for the cheeks are golden olive, and then on the top, I don't know whether you can see it, but there's a highlight there that is Opal Mirage tinsel. So let's crack on then. Let me get this changed out and we can change it for the hook. So the hook we're using today is a Campo B175, and if I just start behind the eye and go all the way down to the bend. So at the bend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, take that off, and then introduce a bit of glow bright, one turn to lock it in, and I'm going to take 6 or 7 turns down the hook bend. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think in this instance I'm going to take 7. There we go. And then just come back up to where we started. So once we get to that point, unwind the tying silk, and then one turn to lock it, and trim off the waist. So at this point, what I'm going to do is grab a golden olive quill and tie that on underneath, and at the same time just maintain those close touching turns so that I can hopefully cover up the butt ends. Not too concerned if I get any breakthrough, and then stop at the point which is roughly 15 turns from the hook eye. So hope here to get 6 or 7 turns of the quill. I'm not varying the spacing. The quill gets thicker as it gets near the butt, so it's varying its own spacing purely because of the size of it, or yeah, its thickness. So once we've got that done, we can utilize the quill to help us form a nice thorax. So down to that point, and then one more turn back up to the eye, and then we take 2 golden olive Goose biots, just prep them, cut the bits off, transfer, or get them lined up first, snip off maybe 1 to 2 mil, transfer them to your right hand and offer them up to the hook, and then just draw back to make sure you can line them up. So one of them's gone under. Yeah, that's not going to happen, so never mind. Just take 2 more. So warts and all, as they say, warts and all, but it is what it is. So once again, transfer. Maybe I was trying to be too clever and too tidy, so come back, reposition my hands, and then just carefully have those. So position them by either pulling down or keeping them straight along the hook shank, and go back to the tie-in point, and it should be relatively equal there. And on the way back, take a couple of turns, and then once again put in our Opal Mirage. Just pull it into place so you haven't got a big tag end, and then tie that forward. Oops, slipped off. Okay, and once that's done, pull him forward, pinch and loop, and one turn, and then take it backwards and cut off the waist. So once the biots are in place, just fold them forward and hold them just above the eye, quick pinch and loop, and you should see that they will reposition where you want them. Give them a tug or manipulate them if they're not in the right position or the position you want them, and then I tend to then pull them back and tie in to secure them. Instead of tagging them off, because I've had too many bad experiences, I suppose, I then take a couple of turns and cut them off with the scissors. So it does help that I quite like quite a big head on my buzzers, so I can take 2 or 3 turns over the butt ends and then secure that. So it only leaves me now to add the UV resin. So just onto the thorax area there, get your bodkin and start to distribute it. And it's amazing once the UV resin gets onto the quills how the golden olive shines through. I haven't tried it this season, this fly, but I've got high hopes. I always look for new patterns, or patterns that are interesting, and you know, I add them to my own box over what is effectively the tie-in season. So the winter is the tie-in season, always has been for me. You know, and they'll be ready to go in my box, and if they work, it'll be a welcome addition. If not, well, hey, they'll always be there as a backup anyway. So just check that I've got, I think that's okay. Don't want to put too much on. I can always give it a, yeah, it's starting to, I can always put on a coat of Sally Hansen, but that looks to be it. Let me just put that down, give it a quick once over, and there's a bit of pooling under the tail that I'm not happy with. There, so I'll just move that up, zap with the UV torch. And that is it. So there we have the red arse Campo buzzer. If you've enjoyed the video, drop us a like. If you want to be notified when I put up new material, subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to do either of those, that's absolutely fine. Just like to say thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it.